Poop. Hey. How's it going? How's it going, everybody? It's always amazed me when people show up early. Used to be old days on the stream. I would have to wait about 2 hours for somebody to show up. It's because you're lovable, Robin. It's because you're lovable. Yeah. It is very surreal to me because I still go into the attitude, okay, like nobody's going to show up for like an hour, so I can just. But people almost always show up now, which it's very surreal. Robin, I did start. Hi, Jaden. How's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, right. What I was about to say. I've been reading All the President's Men today. That's pretty much all I've been doing today. Is reading that. Listening. I'm listening to it. We could watch the movie. That's shorter. Truth be told, when I watched the movie the first time, I actually I really struggled to follow it. But now that I know the history of the Nixon, all this stuff, I think it'd be a lot easier. Because if we did All the President's Men, then we should probably do. If we get to All the President's Men, then we should probably do the last days of Nixon also. What's so interesting about Bob Woodward is after this, he's pretty much written a book about every single U.S. president. Yeah, it's pretty dense also, and there's like a lot of names. There's a lot of names you have to keep track of, which has always been a problem. Because it's like there's like you'll randomly learn about like some you'll randomly learn about like some like I'm up to the point right now where like they've tracked down the lawyer that may have paid. Like I'm up to the part where they track down the lawyer that may have kind of laundered money to one of the guys who did the break-in who did the break-in through what is probably a group of middlemen who were acting middlemen who were like Chilean, who were like a Chilean business group, but they were probably just middlemen to this guy in Mexico, this Miami lawyer, this guy in Mexico City, and they were probably like it's laundering the money through these Chilean businessmen who then paid for this real estate thing that was related to Hunt, who was one of the secretaries of the U.S. who was essentially a paid consultant of the Republican thing, but he was not really working for the Republican. He was working for the committee to re-elect the president, which is CREEP, which was he was working for CREEP, which was the committee to re-elect the president. See, it's stuff like that. They tend to obfuscate what's going on. It's why reporting on stuff like this is so difficult at times, because it's like you have to understand like kind of multiple levels of like. Anyways, I've read this book twice. Hello, Jaden. Hi. How's it going? Good to see you, Jaden. I've read this book twice. This is now officially my second time reading this book, and I finally picked up on that's what was going on. How's it going, Jaden? Good to see you. What have you been up to lately? Welcome, by the way, to Totally Normal Writing Month. It's a totally normal writing month. There's nothing weird about this month. Yeah. House. Yeah. Yeah. That is one of the advantages of having a very tedious job, is you can just pretty much like once you get it, you can pretty much just listen to audiobooks all day. Yeah. I know, I saw that, Jaden. Looked like a good. I'm sorry, Jaden, that you went through that. That's always horrible. So, hey, Robin, do you want to just like watch the movie instead, instead of reading the book, and we could just talk about the movie? That might be a little bit easier. Oh gosh, that's awful. I mean, it's old. It's an older movie from the 70s. It's a good movie. All the President's Men. When was it made? 1976. Yeah, that fits. Yeah. Yes, I am very charismatic. Well, a fun. So Woodward actually did go on to write a book about uh, Trump. If you're curious, that was actually a big like thing. He actually got a bunch of like. He actually broke a couple of big stories because through that book he wrote. I believe he actually wrote two. Uh, the human condition, Jaden, is unknowable, and we never know truly what's going on in people's heads. I wonder if he'll write one about Biden. We'll see. How, how's it going with your girlfriend? Yeah. Like, yeah. Yeah. It is a look, unfortunately. Yeah. Well, there we go. No, Jaden. Yeah, that was an insult. I'm sorry, Jaden. I want to be nice here, but yeah, that was you. Yeah. Sorry, Jaden. No, but yeah, no, that was I. Yeah, that was pretty. Yeah. So definitely not a Republican. Although give I don't know, give it a decade and we'll see. Yeah. Because you said she looks because you said she looks bad, Jaden. You said she looks sick and bad. That's why. Because you said she looked bad. That's why. Sorry. That was insulting. I don't think you meant anything negative, but that's what it was. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Were you? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Were you trying to be concerned or something? Okay. Did you see her feelings were clearly hurt, and did you get overtly defensive about it? So, Jaden, did you see her feelings were clearly hurt, and then did you get overly defensive about it? Well, Ray, it seems like Jaden said, but I said, what? Yeah, that would be kind of hurting. Yeah, yeah, but that's like a jokey insult. Like, oh, I'm okay. Did you say sorry? Oh my goodness, Robin. Oh my goodness. Truth be told, I've been messing with the saturation on this, so the thing might look a little bit redder. I was trying to make it like I was trying to make myself a little bit brighter, in the thing, but oh my goodness, Robin. Oh, I'm so insulted. Okay. Did you just say sorry? Listen, Jane. Whenever I always ask myself a question, Jaden, and you yeah. So okay, here's the truth of it. I've been trying to I wanted to kind of fix the um. I've actually been messing with the saturation on this because look. So let's see. See, does that look a little bit less red? Yeah. Um. Right? Yeah. See, we can make this go real wild. Watch. Uh. Now I look dark and. What do you like about writing? Tell me, Jaden, what do you like? See, this makes me look like an old man for some reason. And I can turn up the saturation. See, I'm not that old. Listen, I just found out today that Eminem is going to be a grandfather, and that is messing with my head a little bit. Um, so I don't need to hear that. See, it just doesn't make sense though, because when I was a kid, Eminem was really popular and like a young hip celebrity. Um, but it doesn't make sense because that if he's old enough to be a grandfather now, that would make it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, yeah. Well, Jane, okay. If I could maybe try and empathize with this person, I think they were feeling really shitty about themselves for a long time. I think they felt really kind of crappy about themselves, and they were happy that they were starting to round out and feel better. And maybe the fact that you said that really hurt their feelings because really hurt their feelings for that reason. So a lot of times all people really looking for are sympathy and support. And they was it absolutely like necessary for her to hear that she maybe still looks sick? Was it absolutely necessary for her to hear that? Like, is her life. Sometimes you have to be honest with people because their lives, they're doing something that will hurt themselves. And sometimes, just let them have whatever little bit of comfort they need. Yeah. It is. I agree with you, Robin. It is not that big of a deal. But if they're going to. Yeah, maybe this is a good thing to learn. But also, sometimes it's not necessarily about what you say, it's kind of how you say it, if that makes sense. Yeah. 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 No, I get that. Well, did she not accept your apology? Because it's a simple slip of the tongue. It's a simple slip of the tongue, Jaden. I do feel that was kind of rude of you to say, but did she not accept your apology? I do feel that was rude of you to say, but did she accept your apology? But it's not like the worst thing in the world to say to somebody. Yeah, but that's different, Robin. You're saying it to people. That's gentle ribbing, and some people just don't like that. Some people don't like that, and you have to like that's different. You're ribbing people, and some people don't like that. Uh, can I be honest? I don't particularly like. I don't like when people like rib. Yeah, yeah, but that's just ribbing. Like that's just ribbing. Like like yeah. How dare you bring up my actual problem with writing? That is me. Yeah, yeah. Uh, so Jane, was she like super mad? I mean, it is a slip of the tongue. It is just a slip of the tongue. But I don't know. I kind of live my life by like all everybody's feelings matter, and I would rather people just feel comfortable. Like I don't have like some grand vision for how I want all of society to behave, you know. Um, and it's like whatever people want. That's yeah. Whatever like idea, like whatever way people want to be treated, that's the way I'll treat them. You know. So to me, it's never that big of a deal. Like I always just make sure to do that because it's like, like is it really a hill I want to die on? Yeah. At least that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I've been there. I have been there. Yeah, I mean, like, people pleasing is a problem I have too. I don't know. I gotta admit, doing these streams have really, like, cured me of that a tiny bit. Because if I started doing these streams, I had to, like, stop doing that because, like, people would, like, actively try and ruin it otherwise. Um, Listen, get scam. Listen, move to New York, get scammed out of like $500, and then you will never. You get very aggressive and not people pleasing. Yeah. Um. But like the thing wrong. Okay. Start with the trash. Triple A. Hey, hey, hey. How's it going? Things are going. So motion is still in existence. That's good to hear. So the laws of thermodynamics are still working. You move something, it moves with you. How does this look? How does this look? Okay, terrible. How do I look? No, no, this is my natural look. Oh, oh, this is freaky. Welcome to, welcome to hell. Okay, now I gotta, okay, cancel. Okay, Jane, tell me about your new ideas. Uh, can I give people one piece of advice though? I just want people to understand something. Okay. Um, Before we move on. Well, Jaden, the best way to do that is to read. That's. Um, Hello, Stephanie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, thank you for the follow. Why didn't that pop up? That's irritating. That didn't pop up. Yeah. You know what I mean. You know what I mean, Robin. When I say read, I'm of course including listening. Experience literature, I guess is what I mean. But just experience art. experience new types of art that you've never seen before. Get a wide, uh, have a wide breadth of art to experience. Yeah, consume art. Welcome to the stream. Yes, and consume broadly. Like I know Jaden, you love superheroes and stuff, and I love superheroes too. But like maybe watch something else. Part of the reason I think you're kind of stuck in these things is that's yeah. No, like read books that maybe you wouldn't think of reading. You know, in genres that you maybe don't think you'd enjoy. You know. Welcome to the stream. Like I think that's the lesson anybody should have. Yeah, drink it, eat it, drink it, and think it. No, but I mean, like that's the way to that's the way to get inspiration. Is to that's the way to create interesting art. Is yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, it's about experiencing other things. I unfortunately I don't have any better answer than that. That's the only way. Yeah, yeah. And the thing about it is, here's the interesting thing: that having a wider breadth of like information and interests will feed back into whatever genre thing you want to do. You know, like it'll help you create more original superheroes if that's what you want to do. What genre would you like to create, Jaden? Yeah, poetry is the one thing I struggle with. I'd love like I'd love to get into poetry, but I just struggle with it as a thing. Yeah. I legitimately think that's the only real solution if you're writer blocked is to be nice. I think that's a really good name. Oh geez. Okay. 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 We should talk about this. I was a de- I was a debate kid in I was a debate kid, and a way I made money during college was I would judge high school debate for kids. So I do have some experience with this. Okay, so what's the premise? Yeah, Jaden, I like that. I wasn't good, by the way, necessarily good at debate. I didn't win, but that's for another story. So what are you researching? So what's the competition? What are you researching? Because I can tell you a few tricks to like circumvent it. Okay. Well, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we will at some point do some actual writing. Okay. Yes, it is a writing stream. Technically, I theoretically should be doing that. Makes sense. Um, so have you guys just not rehearsed? Is that what's going on? I was more on the debate side. So what's going on? Yeah, totally normal writing month. Ooh, okay. We'll do it. Okay, you guys talk at me for like 20 minutes, and you guys talk at me, and then I'm like, why are we writing? Well, I can't find a good place to. Anyways, okay. Ooh, yeah, I see what the issue is. Hmm. Have you like rehearsed by yourself though? Like, do you have to have it memorized, or can you read it off? Just read it from a paper. Okay, okay. I mean, that's good. Do it, Robin. Okay, you need to have it memorized. Well, you, Stephanie. Usually, I do about we chat for about an hour, and then I segue into the writing. Usually, yeah. But I want to help a fellow speech and debate kid out. Um, hmm. Hmm. You're in high school, right? AAA. I have a policy that I don't let. Yeah, I have a policy I don't let minors get on mic uh, for the stream, just in general. But so, I think what you need is, yeah, yeah. I don't mind you guys being here, but that's my little policy is I don't let them on mic. But what I think you need is somebody to practice with, right? Yeah. Sure. Oh, yeah. Um. Sure. Sure. I mean, yeah. I can help you. I can help you somewhat. I can help you, Jaden. Hmm. Trying. That's very nice. Huh. Do you have like a sibling or something? Do you have like? Are your parents? Would your parents be willing to help you practice? Because I think it would be good for you to practice even if you can't do it with your partner, just because. Because theoretically yeah. Sure, I can help. I don't mind. Hey Jaden. Hey Jaden. Jaden. You want to help? You want to help AAA? So AAA needs somebody to help them run lines. Jaden, you want to help? You want to help them out with that? A, do you want to run lines with Jaden? No, no, yeah, Jaden, you don't have to say yes. No pressure, Jaden. By the way, no pressure. You don't have to. Totally understandable. Today's Saturday. If you want to take a day off, don't worry about it. How about we do triple? Are you in? Are you in the Discord? I'll invite you back to the Discord. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Well, I'll link you to the Discord, Triple. I'll link you to the Discord, and Jaden, why don't you friend AAA? Why don't you friend AAA when they join, and then maybe you can help run their lines at some point. I'll let you two work it out amongst yourself if you want to. Just my suggestion. Okay. Oh yeah. Could use that. We could no. Or we could call AAA. Okay. Okay. How about AAA? AAA, Robin, Steph, Jaden. Now that we're all in a okay. Okay, do you guys want to do like a little creative exercise, improv exercise that helps stimulate? I think helps stimulate ideas. It'll be a little bit stunted just because we're doing it over text, but this is a way. This is a way I know. Okay, if I could explain very briefly an improv concept, it's called A to C. So A to C is a thing you do in improv, and it's okay. So give me a suggestion for give me a word suggestion. Any suggestion will do. Okay. Okay. Popcorn makes me think of movies, makes me think of movie. Okay, popcorn makes me think of movies, and movies makes me think of dates. Because you're the only other minor I know, Jade. Because you're the other minor on stream, Jaden. That's why I asked you. I don't think it's necessarily appropriate for adults to contact, but I think you and A are probably close in age. Okay, so movies makes me think of movies makes me think of romance. So like romantic popcorn. Romantic popcorn. I don't know. A company develops. What's the most romantic popcorn you can think of? So it's kind of just this little improv. Yeah, pink popcorn with wine. Delicious. We've invented a new popcorn just for those romantic nights. Throw away your old steak dinners. Yeah, I. Yeah, very much so. That's been in my head lately. Yeah, wine flavored popcorn. Okay. Uh, Okay. Okay. So what is okay, Rob? What does wine flavored popcorn make you think of? Like I don't like mind talking to like people here on like stream and stuff because yes. Okay, so A to C is kind of this improv concept where you take A, you think of B, you think of the idea it makes you think of, then you think of the idea that makes you think of, and then you try and form connections with A and C. So it's called A to C. And yeah, the we in improv we kind of do this thing where we improv. What you do usually to warm up is a little game where you get a suggestion and you kind of keep throwing out ideas. You keep throwing out ideas until like a scene clicks in your head, and then you do it. Woo. So do you guys want to try it? Yes. Okay. See, usually you do this like with a big group, and it's kind of like everybody starts clapping in tow, but we can't really do that. So, uh, can I get a suggestion from the peanut gallery? Okay, hat. This is a. We're gonna go with hat just because that's the first one I saw. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit awkward because usually you're in a room with other people and you're like clapping, but okay, hat. We're gonna go with hat. Okay, everybody keep in time and think of an idea. Hat makes you think. Hat. Okay. Okay, that's B. Don't say B. James Bond villain. Aristocracy. There we go. Okay, we're getting it. We're getting it. We're getting it. Okay, aristocrat. Okay, but is that the B idea or this? That sounds more like a. Okay, so what does aristocracy make you think of? See, this is a little bit easier with people in the room. What does aristocracy make you think of? Okay. Cat aristocrat cat. The okay, cat aristocrats. Uh James rumor okay. Very what if the royal family are robots being controlled by cats? Secretly being controlled by cats. Uh okay, so that makes me think of there's a theory that James Bond enemy Bullfield. So James Bond, his arch nemesis Blofeld, always has a white cat that he's petting, and occasionally the actor for Blofeld will change. So there's a fan theory going on that the actual villain in James Bond is the cat, and Blofeld is just so toaster. Want to be a toaster makes me think of. Okay, are we kind of putting toaster? Where toasters? Where toasters? Feared. Late at night, a man gets bitten by a toaster. So this is part of the game. So if you have an idea, throw it out. Throw it out. Like if you have an idea for a scene, throw it out. And this is hopefully to generate some. This is hopefully to generate some like creative ideas. Toaster man. With the ability, young Peter Toaster was bitten by a radioactive toaster, and it granted him the power of toasting things. No. Peter Toaster, Toaster man. Peter Toast. He has the relative power of a toaster. Whee. But occasionally his arch nemesis is things getting stuck in him. And can only be defeated by woodmen. Yeah, so it's stuff like that. But I've used this. But this is kind of how you generate sort of weird ideas like this. His arch nemesis is Fork. The most dangerous and powerful arch nemesis in the world. The human fork. Okay. So that's basically Ada. And bathtub. Sad bathtub. His arch nemesis is the sad bathtub. See, we're already building a nemesis thing for the bathtub. Mutated. No. His sidekick is English pastry. See, you're getting it. You're getting it. This is how it works. This is how it works. Oh yes, air fryer. No, that's air fryer. But what will they do about the evil, the secret evil, the toasters roaming the land attacking people? Can Peter Toast convince people that where toasters can help the world? The oven. The powerful boss behind Boss. And it's his romantic villain, the microwave. One moment, do they hate each other or do they love each other? See how we got there from hat? The toaster oven, yes. The toaster oven. It takes him longer, but it is cooked better. A shock of all shocks. His burnt stuff. Okay. And scene. That's how we do improv. See? Okay. How about this? How about this? How about this? Have you heard about this? Have you heard about this? I've got a challenge for all. That's how you do improv. Is stuff like that. It's very fun. It can be very fun when done right. It can also be the most boring thing in the world when done wrong, but that only happens half the time. So, how about this? Do you guys want to do a little writing? Do a little writing. Do a little writing test. Those of us who write. Actually get some writing done. Jaden, Robin, A. How about we use this? We generate a word. We use this idea, and we write for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe even. And we use the principle of A to C to see if we can generate an idea. Okay. Oh, wait, 1 second. That's not the right one. That's not the right one. I do have to. Oh, okay. Well, don't worry about it. Yeah. I guess if I wanted to do that. One second. 1 second. I gotta get the timer working. I hate doing this part. Just the only reason I'm using you is so I can get the timer. Stop doing this. Stop. Free timer for stream. That's fine. Sorry. Do it. Um, is this is this a story? Is this thing you got to read for school? I don't know. Okay. Well, usually themes. Oh, it's something you wrote for school. Ooh, lovely. I mean, usually I would imagine when that happens, it's um, I would say it's like okay. Um, usually it's when that situation happens, it is people not taking somebody's mental health seriously enough. Um, maybe because of some sort of neglect. So like themes of like uh, neglect, the general sexism of society, maybe something along those lines. Because it's like, you know, maybe those things should have been picked up on earlier. Maybe those things would have been picked up on earlier, but because like people don't care, like maybe because nobody was listening to the mother, nobody was listening to where the mother really was. Things accelerated. Maybe yes, that's what I was about to say. Or it's like the husband is abusive, and they see no way of getting out of it. Like if they left, they know the husband would keep it. Yeah. Have you ever read? Sorry, now I'm distracted because have you ever heard of Have you ever heard of the play Triple? No, sorry. Have you ever heard of the play Medea? By it's an Yes, I have. It's my novella that I really want to finish, but oh, because it's two. Although I do like three, but I think you're more passionate about the Subnautica thing. Oh, because it's okay. So it's a very similar. That's a very similar story. If if people don't know about ancient like Greek plays, you should. So Medea is by we have three surviving playwrights from ancient Greeks, and Eurydice was the youngest. And some people would argue maybe one of the better ones, the best one. Um, and Medea is about it's kind of the sequel to Jason and the Argonauts. So if you don't know, Jason and the Argonauts ends with Jason romancing Medea, who is like a sorceress, and he brings her back to Greece to rule. And the story goes that Medea, I always forget, like he killed, like Medea killed. Medea left her family because Jason swore that he would marry her and love her, but when the money runs out, when the money runs out, Jason decides to marry a proper Greek woman instead of the barbarian Medea. So, but he says it's okay. Don't worry about it, Medea. It'll be cool. You'll just be my mistress, and our kids will be fine. Medea does not react particularly well to this, and partly because in ancient Greek society, it also meant that there would be a good chance her children would be sold into slavery. So, out of vengeance for Jason, she kills their two sons. Um, Let me see. Kills their two sons, and like in Jason and the Argonauts, like Medea does pretty much everything for Jason. The thing about Jason is he's kind of a loser. And part of the reason that the Argonauts exist is because the Argonauts have to do everything for Jason, and then Medea does everything for Jason. So it's considered one of the great Greek tragedies. It's considered one of the great Greek tragedies. I really like you. Now I really like Eurydice as a writer. Um, I've always, Eurydice. I really like Eurydice as a writer. He's my favorite of the Greek playwrights. Um, anyways, so that's like the basic plot. Let's see. Medea play Alphonse Mucha. Okay, there we go. Sarah Bernhardt. This is a famous poster that one of the great designers, one of the great artists of all time, one of my favorite artists of all time, did for Sarah Bernhardt. So okay, so this is a poster that Alphonse Mucha, who's one of the great Art Nouveau writers. Which one do you feel like writing, Jaden, of all time, did for a production starring Sarah Bernhardt? Now, Sarah Bernhardt is a very interesting. If you don't know Alphonse Mucha, you know Alphonse Mucha. You just don't know Alphonse Mucha. You do know, you've probably heard of him before, but you've just never seen knew his name. So let's see. Just give you some examples of his work. Because he's endlessly referenced as an artist. So like he you know, like the Art Nouveau style. He's considered that's not Mucha. He's considered the kind of creator of it in many ways. Yeah, he's considered kind of the creator of it in many ways. Like, this is kind of his stuff. Anyway, so Sarah Bernhardt is interesting in the history of theater because Sarah Bernhardt, Hamlet. Bernhardt, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it. Is fun story is the first official on-screen Hamlet. The first the oldest surviving film. I think the oldest surviving film we have. Definitely the oldest surviving, and probably the first was. She was the first one to play Hamlet on screen. Let's see. Just give it. Okay. Unfortunately, most of the movie is lost, so we only have like these little clips. That's her right there. So, anyways, yeah, we're talking about plays and theater, and I'm just kind of talking about something that AAA's story reminded me of was Medea. So, what I'm saying is you're following in a rich literary tradition that dates back thousands of years. And, sorry. Fun fact about Sarah Bernhardt. She's also the reason fedora is called a fedora. Because she was in a play called Fedora where she wore a fedora. She was a huge celebrity before she was, she was a huge celebrity before that was really a thing we thought about. So, you know, there, I would say, like, the story of, like, a man being cruel and betraying his wife, and the wife doing the ultimate and terrible revenge of killing her children is a rich history. You know, and it's an interesting thing because it's like it's a betrayal of the supposed ultimate duty of a woman, you know, which is to be a mother. Um, so there's there's a lot of themes in that. It's the ultimate taboo a mother could commit. Um, you know, Theoretically, in the eyes of society. I mean, it's bad to kill your children. Don't get me wrong. That's bad to do. But in fiction, it's an interesting thing to look at. Yeah, it's yes, it is pretty hokey. It is pretty hokey, unfortunately. Like you have to understand, silent films could be. It took us a while to like really appreciate like camera movement and stuff as a concept. Oh, I guess this is like a colorized version of it. Sure it is. Um, Battle. Sure it is. Anyways. Um. Anyway, so that's theater for you. That's the history. That's a little bit the history of theater. One second. There it is. It's not. Nobody believed. Nobody believed Battle. Nobody believed Battle. Battle is just doing this to be tricky. Tis but a. By the way, sorry, I didn't read your comment till now. Oh, you're getting right in my heart there, eh? Oh man, Monty Python is so good. I know people can hear me because we're talking, because people are responding. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, I like particularly. Man, Eurydice is so good, and his stuff is his stuff is one of the interesting things about like Eurydice is compared to the others that we have surviving is that Eurydice was younger, was significantly younger, so his stuff reflected kind of the younger people thought in Greece, um, which was an interesting take. And like weirdly, like his political stuff still holds. What's so weird about Eurydice is his political, like his kind of like political tracks, more political takes, kind of hold up, which is bizarre for somebody that ancient. Like the Trojan women could be made today, and often like they do make it today. Um, like it's been reproduced, and like they've had to change almost nothing about it, which is so weird. Because the Trojan women, his stuff can be quite bleak though, which is it makes him a little hard to like sit through some of his plays to sit through. Like the Trojan women is maybe the single saddest play I've ever read, and that one's a hard one to sit through because it follows what happens to the Trojan women after the war ended, and nothing good. And it's kind of his way of criticizing like the way Greek society was treating people, and particularly women, after wars. And that is maybe one of the sad. It's legitimately quite like one of the reasons it's not super perform. Like people have trouble with it is just because it ends so bleakly, and it's even like translators have said, this was a hard one to get through. Well, that's awesome. And Jen, that's very good that you're that proud. Okay. Yeah. The Three Stooges are great. I love silent movies. I don't talk about that a lot because nobody gives a shit, but I do like silent movies a lot. I'm quite fascinated by them. The thing that's like one of the things that's interesting about like silent movies is how like okay, so we interpret like movies like older movies as being kind of this like innocent sort of time, but that's not really the case because it's like what happens in older movies. What happens in older okay, there's this thing called the Haines Code, that comes into place that kind of mandates that movies should have happy endings. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know this Elsa Myers. I'm vaguely aware of the Green Brothers, but okay. Yeah. All great shows. Uh, Man, the Andy Griffith Show. Uh, no, no, I didn't. What's Vote Strike? Okay. I don't know. What is this? Andy Griffith Show is a fun show. That's a weird. Oh, did you post that in art? I haven't seen it. Yeah. Well, looking at a picture of her, we're both curly-haired brunettes, so yeah. Oh, come on, sometimes Discord drives me up a wall because it's like just. Oh, there we go. Yes, very, very nice, Jaden. Very nice. Yeah. Look at his Volt Strike. That's very nice. People post such creative things, by the way, in the art Discord, in the art section. I really appreciate it. Oh yeah, there's my. I don't post really as much art, and I don't know. I do like 100 drawings to get to one drawing I'm kind of okay with, and it's always very frustrating. Speaking of that, one second. I need to just stand up for a second. Okay. Speaking of that, yes. Please do. I'd love to. I'd love to see some of your photography. Speaking of that, do you guys want to do a writing sprint? About an hour and a half into this writing stream, do you want to actually do some writing? Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Let's go at the half hour, or we'll go in 1 minute, okay? Because I need to just do one little thing behind the scenes first, and then we can go. Just gotta do one little thing behind the scenes and we can do it. Just getting the timer set. Okay. Okay. Nice. Starting in 10. Googleplex. Googleplex 7. 84. Infinity and 1. Murber. 4. 3. Negative 105. 2. Everybody get their piece of paper out. Everybody get their piece of paper out. Piece of paper out. Are we ready to go? 1, go! And that was 30 minutes. How did we all feel? I hope everybody had a good time. Hope everybody had a good time, and that was fantastic and amazing and magical. Magical for every one of you. We'll continue on. Feel free to. How did we all do? Sorry. Wonderful. I actually did pretty good myself. One thing I decided to do today is when I ran out of inspiration to work in one story, I would just stop. Because like my worst writing comes about when I'm not inspired by something yet I keep trying to push through it. And it's like, that's where I make, like, I try and like speed up, try and make summaries and stuff like that. Like, don't put as much effort into the writing as I should. Cause like, and I'm like, yo, why am I doing that? Just don't do that. Like, yeah, never push through because it's always crap. It's always crap writing. Just move on to something else when you're out of inspiration for the day. So nice. When you're out of inspiration, like this thing I've been working on. This is just a smaller part of a bigger project. I was like, oh, I'm getting good. I should just push through it. I'm like, no, don't. You're out of inspiration. Just don't worry about it right now. Move on to something else. I was listening to Lupe Fiasco. I was really big into him in college, and people were telling me his new album was really good, so I've been listening to it, and it's really good. Well, by the way, vast asynchronicity. Welcome to the world. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it immensely. We'll take a look at this later. Right. Tell us a little bit about your. Thank you. I always have too many tabs open when I do this. Also, Sarah Z. Howe. I didn't notice your alert when it popped up. Thank you so much for the follow. Tell us a little bit about yourself, fast. I take it you're a writer? Occasionally. I worked on my novella about pro wrestling orcs that I will release. I hope to release before the end of the year, but we'll see. Yeah. Well, you're a writing streamer, so writing is often not required in that. Sure. Probably not right at the second, but I take a look at it. I mean, don't worry about it. I mean, I think the more important thing is that you just write and don't worry so much about which language it is. I hadn't heard that, but I figured he was doing that. I mean, he was already starting to get a little old. The fact that I think one of the only reasons he had come back was just because of the strike gave him some time to come back. I think that's like why The Rock was there too for hanging out for a while. I know The Rock now is one of the owners, but oh, Gunter. I mean, good for him. He's put on some great matches. Uh, so Vast, what type of stuff do you what type of stuff do you write? And I see that you are a streamer yourself, so I'm going to give you a shout out and I'll give you a follow. Boop boop. Shout out. Follow. Oh, AAA. It was great talking to you. Good luck. Good luck on your good luck in your competition. Okay. That's good. My trick for it's very good. Very good. So do you have what? So what? Tell me about your current project. What are you working on right now? You know Opus, don't you? You know. Did Opus recommend me? Did Broken Teacup Opus recommend me? Because I see she clipped one. Oh, yeah, I know. I mean, I see Opus clipped you once. Oh, you just found me. Oh, welcome back. Oh, because I was just looking at your channel. Opus clipped you once. I know Opus pretty well. I know Opus pretty well. Sorry about the ad. Huh. Which is weird because it's starting in 1 minute. So tell me about your current project. Which there might be an ad starting in 1 minute. So wait for that ad to happen. It'll give you plenty of time. Plenty of time to write out your pitch. Okay. I only do 30-second ads, so. Yes, grab it. Starting in. You know, these ad breaks are weird because, like, people seem to get them at different times, but supposedly there's one coming up in 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Add. Okay, supposedly we're in an ad right now. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? All the fractions of sense I'm making at this exact moment. It's so beautiful. Every little fraction of a cent being sent to me by my corporate overlords. Apparently, I don't have permission to look at it. Oh, reload. Okay. Aha! Okay. Okay. Equivalent of. Oh, okay. I like this idea. That's a cute. I like that idea. That's a really fun idea. Yeah, I can totally see that working. So that's what you're working on right now? Do it. Conquer it. Yeah, that'll be fun. See, yeah, I've long thought about trying to also take Royal Road by force, but I don't know. Really? Jeez. That's not bad money. I like that it's monies. Do you have a link to their story? Oh, well, I think I found it. Shit, that. Let's see. to my Patreon. Wow, that is some good money right there. That is. Huh. Well, that certainly is interesting. I like that's interesting thought. Yeah, that would be not bad amount of money. Let's see. Let's pick a random one and just see how it's doing. They're not doing bad either. Okay. Yeah, I have thought. God, I have not checked Patreon in a while. That is certainly interesting. Okay, go look at that because there's some embarrassing things I said once. Okay. Yeah. I too would like to make 15,000 a month from my stories. That would be fun. Yeah. Yeah, Robin. That would be good. That would be some good money. That's certainly more than I was being paid over at Pocket. Huh. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I do have a Patreon. I never know what to do with it though, so I never advertise it. Yeah, I don't. Oh! Well, you don't have to like go over right now. Now you just got me thinking fast about my Patreon. How many people looked at this? I mean, yeah, but you don't have to go over now. You guys, sorry, I got distracted. I'm distracted now with thoughts of millions of Patreon dollars rolling in. Yeah, no. If you're curious, oh no, ooh, the forbidden thing that I'm not supposed to show people. If you're curious, if you don't know, now you'll know. You can actually follow Patreon accounts for free. You don't have to pay anything. So at some point, I want to start posting stuff up there for free, but I don't really have any ideas right now for what I want to do. But it is there if you want. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, you don't have you don't have to be into him. I mean, you guys got how many? You've gotten what? One date, two dates. That's not. You're not in a relationship yet. You're not officially into a relationship till the two of you have sat down and said, "Hey, I want to be in an exclusive relationship with you." Until those words have, I want to be exclusive. Until those words have been exchanged, it's not an official relationship yet. You're just casually seeing each other right now. Yeah. Yeah, you're just casually hanging out and seeing each other right now. You're not. Yeah. Robin is, yeah. Well, people's feelings are people's feelings, but it's a little hard to control that. But but if you don't feel the same way about it, if you don't feel the same way about him, you're not under no obligation to like reciprocate that. Like he has just to deal with that. And it's like, if he's pushing, like, what it sounds like is, maybe there's something there, but he's pushing it way too hard. He's like, it sounds like he's pushing it a little bit too hard at the moment. Okay, yeah, that's good. But it's like, you know, you're not in a relationship right now. You're just hanging out. And until like those words are until that is officially agreed on, but yeah, yeah, until that's officially agreed on by the two of you, he needs to maybe cool it just a little bit. Yeah, you need time. It like relationships take time to build. You know, like that's my advice for anybody out there in a relationship. Don't who might be in a relationship. Don't push it, dorks. Let it develop naturally. You're making a fine wine or a fine, uh, or it's a sourdough bread. You know, you're making a sourdough. Wait till it bubbles up. Yeah, wait till it bubbles. I mean, have you said? I don't know. Maybe there might be some. I mean, have you expressed that clearly? Have you said that you're not ready for this intense of a relationship yet? But yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a little bit hard to let that happen, and it takes time. Yeah. Well, not saying you need to do it now, but yeah, yeah. It's a convo that probably needs to happen. Robin, serious question: could you see yourself in a relationship with this guy at some point? Mm. Well, I mean, if that's the deal breaker, then that's the deal. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's probably something you should talk about at some point. Yeah, this feels like all things that would probably be good said to him. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds pretty intense to me. Yeah. Yeah, you probably should talk to him. You should probably tell him your reservations. Okay, how long have we been on? Do it nicely. Obviously, you know, but it yeah, that's another issue. Well, I mean, it's not like you guys were officially dating. You just went on. You just you just went on one or two. You went hung out one or two times. It's not like there was no intimacy involved, I assume. So what should we do now? Yeah. No, I'm just trying to a little bit, you know. Often takes us a minute to get to the point where I can go. Yeah, I think I'm not gonna. I don't have any more ideas in my main thing that I'm working on, so I was like thinking I could like look at some other stuff, but I don't know if I have any ideas for that at the moment. I could try. Yeah, it's been like just getting close to my bedtime, you know. But I could go. Um, I was almost thinking of maybe we could do something else, but I'm not sure what. Uh, oh, man, tired. Um, I mean, sure. Honestly, Robin, I'm pretty tired. I think I'm gonna. We can look at it another day, okay? Feel free to post it, but we can look at it another day. Pretty tired. Um, I feel tired. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna call it here. We're gonna raid somebody. We're gonna raid. We will raid. We will pass the level on, but I'm pretty I'm pretty beat. I feel defeated. I could have gone for a million more hours. Honestly, like, there's a little part of me that's like, I should just not stop streaming for like 2 weeks straight and just get my numbers up, but no, I can't. I'm not gonna be able to do that. Okay. Night, everybody. I know I'm still on.